Hello everyone, I am Said Raisi, a graduate student from Shahid Bawnar University of Kerman. I'm going to present to you our paper titled as UltraLearn Next Generation Cybersecurity Learning Platform. Learning was always an essential part of our lives to acquire knowledge and move forward. Our lives are permeated by information and communication technologies. However, the increasing wages of on-campus learning leads to an increasing need for an alternate way of learning. With the outbreak of COVID-19, people needed to stay at home for safety. Therefore, finding ways to gain knowledge became more dominant. The lack of enough cybersecurity knowledge by the common folk is a major problem. To protect our assets, such as information technology systems, key infrastructures, and our privacy, we require cybersecurity professionals who are capable of identifying vulnerabilities and countering attacks that exploit security flaws in such systems. But most of the breaches are because of the human error or lack of knowledge. Human error in cybersecurity is very often. It is said that 95% of all breaches are due to human error. Cyber attacks and cyber crimes during the COVID-19 pandemic are increased because the people are increasingly socializing and spending more and more time online. Most of these security problems can be prevented if general cybersecurity knowledge of the people increased. Gamification is a process of comprising the application of game-like elements in a non-game context to motivate learner behavior. By using game elements, gamification focuses different aspects in the learning process like teamwork, motivation, practical experimentation, user engagement, and etc. Game elements are the components that make up a game. The goal for gamifying is to encourage learners to practice, learn, and play while enjoying it. This helps their learners master the lessons and makes the learning curve shorter. UltraLearn is a cybersecurity learning platform which uses an online learning platform as the course delivery platform using gamification. It uses a module-based curriculum. We define a module as a set of tuitions, gamified elements, and exams that are supposed to teach the learner a single concept. We use UltraLearning as our course delivery strategy. UltraLearning is a gamified course platform that integrates game design elements into learning activities and visualizes the students' progress. A UltraLearning platform includes three main sections: an instructor interface to help them integrate game principles into the courses, a combined system of dynamic and static data and problems, and a set of analytics to inform both students and instructors of the progress throughout the course. The assessment contains multiple elements including games, problems, and tests, and it requires the learner to use competence. The more efficient the answers, the more score the learner will get. The term efficiency here means answering the question in a true and fast manner. The evaluation has a direct effect on the learning environment of the learner. The learning contents of the learner constantly change according to the data analysis and feedback from their learning process and assessment. This does not mean that learners with different feedbacks will learn different things, but this means that they will learn the same thing, not in the same amount of time and with more focus on their weaknesses. In the curriculum, we have two types of instructors. The first type is the instructional designer, which design the curriculum, and the latter type is the students. In this platform, students can design tests and courses to help each other and achieve rewards. The process to generate dynamic data and visualized reports consists of 6 phases. A learning phase consists of game elements included in the learning and teaching process. The data collection phase gathers data from user interaction. In the data processing phase, we process the data to extract the most appropriate information. By analyzing the raw data in the data analyzing phase, we generate facts that we can then turn into decisions. The data visualization phase presents progress visualizations to the learner and course instructors for motivation and decision making. And finally, feedback phase generates reports based on the learner's activities and progress. Each module starts with the lessons teaching the concept with mini games and simple question answers, and ends with quizzes and tests which rate the user based on their results. The lessons inside the module will refer to past modules or related modules, and if the learner has a lower score in them, the module will have more focus on that modules. At the end of each module, there is a comprehensive test called the Big Boss. The Big Boss is a gamified test to assess the learner in a module's learning process. It has a huge impact on the learner's score of that module. The learner will get rewards and badges according to their score and performance in the module. We also classify game elements to user engagement game elements and course-related game elements. User engagement game elements are elements that are not part of the learning process and just increase the user's engagement in the learning process, such as avatars, badges, the leaderboard, and the coin. Course-related game elements are elements that convey part of the lesson to the learner. Course-related game elements aim to teach, test, and stabilize lessons to the learner, such as boss fights, random tests, and minigames. One of the most important gamified elements is gamified quizzes. Using gamified quizzes makes it facile and appealing to learn and generates more data to analyze the learning process. Quizzes are of three types. A small test, which consists of quick questions, and they are implemented between the lessons to help the learner understand the challenging parts. Comprehensive tests are grand classic tests to check if this gamified learning process is effective in the terms of classic learning. They are used at the end of the sections. Embedded tests are the tests and elements that gather informations. They are mostly used inside gamified elements or embedded in other questions. Game rules are the set of rules which determine how to interact with the system. Students start with a normal profile and items and can choose from some free contents. The free contents exist to let the learners know how the system works and get motivated. They can buy other styles and special contents with coins which they gather by learning activities. This helps them to keep learning even for the sake of rewards. As the result, interestingly, cryptography receives the lowest increment in both methods, which may be explained by the students' prior experience with the mathematics. On the other hand, web security and network receive the highest increments. Because reverse engineering is a practical and difficult subject and gamification facilitates this discussion, the increase in CTF competitions for higher education is much more visible. To conclude, I have to say that one of the main challenges in cybersecurity jobs is the availability of qualified professionals. The current consensus is the lack of skilled persons entering the cybersecurity industry. Using this system, we can generate more students in more efficient time and energy. Companies can hire top-ranked learners from the leaderboard, which guarantees their talent and knowledge. On the other hand, despite being an easy and fun platform, it is a good choice for people to use this system to increase their knowledge of cybersecurity and keep themselves safer. Additionally, it can be generalized to teach anything to the learners, but it is quite challenging. Thank you for your attention.